What's up, guys and girls? This is Midori, and I'm back with another episode of Draw Midori. Now, today I'm working with the man of the hour, the merc with the mouth, Mr. Wade Wilson.
Buddy. It's Deadpool.
Okay, sure.
I know your name is not
Okay, now
Dory.
Deadpool2, the movie just dropped a couple of days ago, and I decided to do this piece. Deadpool is one of my many favorite characters that I have in comics, movies, and animation. Now, a long time ago, I couldn't really decide who I like more, Wade Wilson, Deadpool, or Deathstroke. Over the years, I kind of go back and forth, but I kind of lean a little bit towards Deathstroke, but at the same time, in terms of character design, I like Deadpool a lot more. Now, this drawing, it's been sped up about 800 times, so it's gonna go past really fast for you guys. It's about 10 to 12 minutes, but it took me about 2 hours and a half to do this drawing. Now, I used the same basic old copper markers, copper multi-liners, and I believe a Japanese photo brush as always. Okay, so now the phase that I'm on now is pretty much the starting phase where I just do a basic outline. Of this drawing. As you can see, part one is pretty much finished. Now I'm gonna do a little bit more detail in this drawing, but at the same time I'm not going to do too much detail, especially at the beginning, phase one, so to speak. And in terms of his design, it's pretty much almost the exact same of Deadpool 1, but the only thing they changed really that I noticed is some pieces of his chest plate and also the fact that he's wearing a pink book bag. That is pretty much different from the first one. Now, mind you, I haven't seen Deadpool 2 yet, so I don't even know why he's wearing that book bag, but I'm sure it's going to be some sort of joke or comic relief that's going to be in the movie. In terms of the drawing, I'm pretty much using the tool that I'm using now is just a regular 2H mechanical pencil. Now I am finished with the basic outline pencil sketch of the drawing, so now I'm going over with my Copic markers. No, not Copic markers, sorry. Copic multi-liner ink pen. Before, I used to use a Sakura pigment ink pen, but I found out that after a while the edges of the line of those usually wear out pretty fast over time, and also I feel like the Copic multi-liner works the best with Copic markers. Well, of course they're going to, because they're the same brand name, but I feel like when it comes to smudging and ink being spilled and going over the lines and stuff like that, I feel like the Copic multi-liner works the best. I tried other brands like Artist Loft and Master. To me, Artist Loft is okay, but Master's the worst. Like as soon as you put down the ink, it automatically starts to smudge, even when you're just doing basic erasing, not even putting down color, you're just erasing after you're finished doing your line work. The Master series start to smudge, so it's best to stick with the same brand family. I feel like at least what my experience, it worked the best for me. Some people, they like Sakura the best. For me, it's more on the lines of Copic multi-liners. The only downside, they're pretty expensive. I believe it's like $20 or $21 for about a 5-pack, so it's pretty expensive. So now here I am putting down the first layer of the color of Deadpool. Now, as you know, if you know anything about color, a lot of things are in life is not necessarily just one color. So we all know that if you just look at the coloring book, if you had a box of Crayolas, as children, if we was to draw this, it would just be, we just use red and that's it. But if you really look at Deadpool's costume, it's more than just red. It's a lot of colors bouncing around in there and reflecting with the light. So it's safe to say, if you really look at it, there's a little bit of pink, there's a little bit, magenta in certain areas, like you have like a really royal red in certain areas, so it's not just, you just put down red and that's it, my job is done. It's not really, that's not how it works in real life.
Wait, what are you talking about? That's not how it works in life.
Sure, okay, whatever. But yeah, so now I'm going over with a different tone of pink, and it seems to be, it's coming out pretty well. I'm not, in terms of the light source, most of it's coming from multiple sources, not necessarily coming from one direction like the left hand side. It's coming from the right hand side. A little bit of it's on top, a little bit is behind them, so it's not going to be one clear direction of where the light source is coming from. But even though on the drawing you could tell where more light is coming from than others. Okay, now here I'm putting down the base gray color of all the areas where they're going to be black. I'm putting down this really light gray, and then I'm going in with another tone, or some people say value. There's some highlight from the light source coming from the top that's cascading off his shoulder, or if you want to say deltoids. Get the basic gray color that's in the book bag. Now I'm going over a third layer, which is sort of like the main, I don't want to say base, but the main shadows of all the blacks that's in this piece. The funny thing is, his eyes, well, not his eyes, but yeah, it's sort of like his finger. He's kind of going like, oh, me, or shh, but in my drawing I kind of put the finger a little bit too high, so it kind of looks like he's picking his nose.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of a big mistake then, buddy.
But it's something I caught afterwards, so
I try to tell you, man. I try to tell you. All you had to do was just his arm,
just
man.
be quiet, man.
All you had to do
Jeez.
was just his arm.
It's not that
Yes, it is
serious,
serious,
man.
man.
Hush, hush,
Fine.
hush.
Fine.
Thank you. Okay, here I'm on the final stages where I'm just doing the final pass of the darker outlines and the darker shadows, doing a little bit of cross hashing to add a little bit of effects in the shadows. And I'm pretty much coming towards the end, guys. Guys, if you're new, be sure to give this video a thumbs up or thumbs down if you don't like it. Also, if you do like my page, please subscribe. I'm a new YouTuber. I'm slaving away with each videos each week, and I do everything from manga, anime, movies, and gaming. You guys have a great day.